I once had a housekeeper, and she had been with me for a while. Let's just say she went above and beyond her duties. You know, so you know. Uh, but where I was living at in Bacon, when I moved from Subuland to Bacon, now there was this big yard, and the caretaker had a lot of kids there. About 4 or 5 kids or something like this, different ages. I'll see if I find a picture. I think I showed it to you before, where I bought them all shoes and stuff like that, but they were very poor. And so anyway, Helen used to run around the yard, because it was a nice big yard for her to run around in. And what happened was that they started getting chickens and goats, and to take care of them. The owner of the property would bring them, and of course now I had to keep Helen chained, so I couldn't just let her run around. I had to walk her now, and I built a little side pen for her to go out and bark and shit. So anyway, so at this time, I was single. I'm filling my oats. I got girls coming by, honey, honey. I said, who in the hell is that? And it's another girl saying, can I come see you? Oh, yeah, well, yeah, okay. It's been about that time for one of those episodes. Yeah, come on, come on, like this. Did you eat? Like this, and then we do. You know what I'm saying, like that. So, and so my housekeeper would come over the next day and clean or whatever. She never spent the night or anything like that. So get that, yeah. So she would come over and the kids would talk to her, because they all clean or clannish together. So she would talk to the kids, and then she would turn to me and say, "Who's the girl you had here last night?" I said, "Excuse me." I said, "Excuse me." You know, don't get beside yourself. And this is one of the reasons why I left Superland, because I lived in like a little compound type of thing. And whenever I brought someone home or something like this or whatever, because you have to pass a certain way. But by the time I got home, there was a whole string of people who knew I had another girl on my bike or another girl in my house, and they call it yayo, yayo, or meritive, just blah blah blah. And it, and it got to a point. I said, "Look, I can't do this." I mean, there's a woman over there who know you, a woman over here know you, like this, and every time I come in, when I see you next, you know more about what happened in my house than I can remember. So it kind of it ticked me up to the point to where I said, "Look, I can't stay here," and I bounced, and that's why I ended up in back home. But then unfortunately, I still needed her as a housekeeper, and so it continued for a while, and until I made a jump to Avalon, and at that time, I didn't even tell her where I moved or where I lived. So I love the family, I'm saying, her mother, her stepfather, her sister, son, all that stuff. They become like my family because I've known them for so much, and because she helped me doing a lot of things, people always assumed that we were together, and we weren't. You know what I'm saying? She was helping me navigate my way through the Philippines. If I need to pay my electric bill, she know where she would take me, or would take a gypsy because she spoke the language. She could talk to the driver, or if I needed to go get something, I would take her because she knew where I needed to go. So it was very useful in having her because, and when I rented the house, in the Philippines. When I rented the house, the owner had told me that this is my sister. She's the caretaker of the house. You have if you could get a new housekeeper because I'm going to get a housekeeper, no doubt, no doubt, or you can keep her. And so it was a no brainer. I said, yeah, keep her. It's fine. It's fine. Let her do it because she knows how to take care of the house. She knows how to clean the house. So yeah, okay, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, okay, yeah. You can stay, you can work. She wasn't a stay-in. She went home and stuff like that. So anyway, so it was during this time that um, you know, um, my being who I am, and my, my, I'll get a little deeper in the story, but I'm going to tell it to you. I got time. I mean, that's all I got is time in the Philippines, baby. I got nothing but time. So anyway, what happened was that, every morning when she came in, I forgot, I think she came in at 6 o'clock in the morning or something like that. She came in. And so my being who I am, I said, "You want a cup of coffee?" So she sat down a coffee. She didn't speak too much English, but she knew enough English to understand, what it is, because most of the family spoke English. The key people in the family spoke English. So anyway, so I would talk to her, and we would drink coffee, and we were uh, uh, communicating. You know what I'm saying? It's just having basic conversation, because why wouldn't I want to know anything about this girl? She's in my house. You know what I'm saying? She's going to see and be a part of some of my most private things. So why wouldn't I want to know about it? So anyway, so I got to know her, and so you know. Uh, what happened was that and now she was a terrific cook. She put out a spread like a caterer. So I would have dinner, guests over, girls or guys, guys and their wives, and I would have them over. Hey, like this, and so, but because of that conversation, or that dialogue that we were having, I didn't realize that she was beginning to have true feelings for me. I mean, I didn't know, she was, you know, uh, uh, falling in love. But I don't know, you know, it wasn't on my mind. It wasn't, it wasn't something I was thinking about, because she was just a housekeeper. Now, I watch her work around or something like this or whatever. And one day during a lapse of judgment, I, you know, um, you know, like most foreigners with housekeepers, you know, uh, I end up doing the do with them, and so it really concreted her emotions and her feelings. But then I always kept it separate. I said, no, it's not like that. No, it's not like that. No, I'm not your boyfriend. No, I'm not. And I got other girls coming over like this, and she's serving them. She's she's never let on anything like that. She was good company, but I never let it. Never misguided her in thinking that it was anything other than an employee and employer relationship. You know. You know. Uh, so anyway, one time I had a foreigner friend over. And this is a cool dude. This guy has stories like this. No, he used to smuggle jade, and what's the other one? The blue one. He used to smuggle stones from different parts of the world. And he has a lot of what do you call it? Topias? No, wait. Topaz? No, I can't remember the stone. But anyway, he had a lot of stories. Very smart guy. Absolutely smart guy. And he had a wife who she was young, very young girl. I don't know how he do it, but those two used to fight all the time. You ain't nothing but a bitch. You ain't nothing but a mother. You ain't nothing. Yeah, I'll block you. I'll block you too. Oh, you all like they were like this, but you could tell the love was there. He found her where he went somewhere, and there were a couple of girls who they were like saying, "Okay, you want a wife? You want a woman? Pick one." You know what I'm saying? So he picked her, and she very feisty. I love her to death. She's very feisty. See if I can find a picture of her. But anyway, so we became good friends. He would stop over my house, I would stop over his house, and we would kick it, go shopping or something like this and whatever. And I had him, and she had a sister. She had a sister who was younger. I wish I could find that picture. And said, Gerard, she has a sister. Are you looking for a wife? You looking for somebody? Would you like to meet her? So I said, sure. I said, sure. Yeah, I'll meet her. And I mean, she was. I mean, this girl. I mean, she was maybe like around, I don't know, 18, something like that. And so I had them over at my house, and uh, my friend and his wife were sitting there. Uh, the girl and I were sitting here. I'm sitting here, she's sitting there, and the housekeeper is bringing out the food. She's bringing the food there. She's bringing the food to them. She's bringing the food to them. She's bringing the food to me, and then she brings another plate and she puts it between the girl and I, and she pulls up a chair. Now she's starting to eat, enjoying with eating and all this stuff, and I'm not thinking about nothing. I'm not thinking about Filipino etiquette or foreign etiquette with Filipinas or whatever. Hey, I just let it. We all eating. She got to eat, so eat. It don't matter. Kaun. Go ahead. So anyway, so what happened was that um, when we finished, we walked over here, man, and we smoking like this. He says, Gerard, what the flock is wrong with you? I said, what are you talking about? He said, your housekeeper is not supposed to eat with you. Your housekeeper is supposed to be standing over there in the corner, waiting for you to raise your hand and for her to come wait on you. You don't let them into your house. You don't let Filipinos into your house because they come resentful and jealous. You don't let them in there in your house. And so I said, whoa, 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 whoa. Pump your brakes. Pump your brakes. I said, you see my color of my skin? I said, all my life I've been made to feel less than. I've been made to feel that I'm not as important as. I always been made to feel that someone else is better than I am. I said, and you think that I'm gonna come to another country and treat its people like they ain't shit? That I'm gonna disrespect them? I'm gonna just run over them? I'm not gonna treat them as equals or as simple human beings. I said, my brother, I can't do that. I can't be rude and obnoxious and demanding and exerting my foreignism on them that because I'm better than they are. I'm not. I'm not. I'm just a lot more fortunate than they are. You know, you don't have control over where you were born, and you don't have control over the color of your skin. But yet there are people that would hold that against you. And I could never understand that. I can't understand you hate me for things that I have no control over. This is what we do to one another. You know. So anyway, you know, uh, uh, when I moved back home, it became crazy. That it, I'm not going to go much more detail about the relationship or the relationship we had, employer employee, But anyway, um, when I moved to Avalon, I didn't tell her where I lived. She couldn't come to my house for a whole year. I wouldn't let her. I would still communicate her, but I would for a whole year. I didn't let her come. And this was a time when I thought that I was going to be marrying somebody else. And you know, uh, um, and I had gone with her, the other girl, to Bacola because this is where I was leaving, heading out to leave. And so when I first came to Dumagetti, I met the girls at the jewelry shop. You know who they are. And I was in there talking with them for so long. I feel like I said to myself, I feel like I need to buy something. I've been here so long, and you guys have been so nice. So I said, what can I buy? He said, how about an engagement ring? I said, but I'm not planning on getting married. I have no one to give it to. But I tell you what, I'll buy it. And so I put a down payment on, like, so that way they would get the sale. Never intended for for anyone to give it to or anything like that. I had the ring. Once I got the ring, I would keep it in a drawer and every now and then take pictures of it or something like this or whatever. So, you know, uh, when I was decided to leave, I was saying goodbye to this family that I had become accustomed to, and this family who had become my family. I was saying goodbye to them. Well, they were having a party, and so me being want to take the grandstand and take the stage, I decided that that you know, uh, I'm going to give this ring to her, my housekeeper, because I really want to show my appreciation to her for helping me as much as she had since I've been in Dumagetti, you know. So everybody's, I got the floor, and I say, look, I want to make it clear that this is not an engagement ring or anything like this. This is a friendship ring, and I just want to make it clear to all of you that this is my way of showing her appreciation for what she's done, what her whole family has done in helping me assimilate into the Philippines. And so I gave her a ring, and not on my knee or like that, just here like this, put on the finger like this. And people, ooh, like this is so fine. Okay, you, ooh, all you want. I mean, they're saying stuff, but I don't understand what they're saying, and it got interpreted as that I was asking her to marry me, and which I was. I made it clear that it wasn't that. You can see the video. If I find it, I will not post it. but that's what it turned into. So let's see. A lot of people thought that her and I were going together because they always saw her with me when I moved around, integrating into the Philippines. You see. So they naturally assume that. And oftentimes that becomes reality. What people's perception of you are is where they see you at, or who they see you with. They never take the time to ask, or and not that I need to explain, but they never get the full logistics of what's going on. And so anyway, you know, here I am in Dumaguete, and there was a girl who where I played tennis at, and it's like deja vu. You know, the kids, I love the kids like this, and um, the mother. When I used to bring Helen, I used to tie Helen to the fence, and she said, "Can I walk your dog?" And she used to walk the dog around the park. I think I mentioned that to you before. And so what happened was that I would see the little girls, hello, hello, little boy, hello, how you doing? How you doing? Okay, okay, like this. And I let them watch my cell phone while I'm playing tennis. And so, anyway, make a long story short, Mia had come yesterday because I play in the morning and the afternoon. And she got to see the girls, the kids. And one of them said, "Oh, that's my mommy's boyfriend," like that. And, and she's like, "Oh," she said. I said, "Why? Why are you believing what a child tells you?" You know, granted, out of the mouths of babes, sometimes the truth comes out. But I explained to you the situation. She never was my girlfriend. Never was. So and besides, why are you grilling kids about me? You know, and she has her girlfriend who lives across the street from this other girl, who I'm supposed to have a girlfriend. I said, I'd never been to her house. I'd never been. She cannot tell you I've been to her house or seen me together with her or anything like that. So why are you believing this shit? You know, why are you letting it occupy space in your head? Can't you get it through your head that you're the only one for me? Can't you get it through your head that I don't want nobody else? And can't you get it through your head that I have no ex girlfriends in a relationship and back home. I have a lot of ex episodes, but no girlfriend. So I'm under the umbrella of that right now. She wants to go to the tennis court with me now all the time. She says I'll go to walk. I started saying, "Why you don't trust me anymore? You come now and like this? That's what." Oh, wait a minute. You want to walk? You're pregnant? I said, great idea. This might be a win-win for both of us. So now she'll get to walk and all that stuff like that. So I'm really happy for that. So that way, and which I don't mind. She used to play tennis with me all the time, so I don't mind. Her coming with me. So anyway, that's where I am right now. I was going to talk about a couple of things, but that seemed to take up a lot of time. So you're watching Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect others, pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one to see a vision. And the best revenge in life is to live good. I'm living good today. I hope you are too. And if you're lucky enough to have a good woman like Ali Woodson, formerly singing the Temptation One song, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make him feel like a king. And uh, never say no. And sometimes you just have to say to someone, I don't believe you. Oh, I wanted to point out that this is Big Billy's T-shirt. Big Billy's owns one of the uh, bars here in back home where we used to play cards at. So I want to give a shout out to him. I'll pop in and see you soon, Mighty. He is Aussie. So okay. With that, I'll always love you more. Peace.